Hello everyone, my name is Cordelia Stubblefield and I'm here with Abby Rineer. Today we are joined by our special guest, American New York Times best-selling author, YouTuber, and podcaster John Green. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
John has sold more than 24 million copies of his books, which include titles such as Looking for Alaska, Paper Towns, An Abundance of Catherines, and The Fault in Our Stars. Additionally, Green is well known for his YouTube career with his brother Hank Green. Together, they created the channels Vlogbrothers and Crash Course, the latter providing free educational videos on a variety of topics. At 7:30 this evening, John is giving a lecture here at Miami in Hall Auditorium titled How the World Ends. Today marks a special occasion because it is actually the first day of PizzaMas. Can you quickly define that holiday for people who aren't familiar?
Yeah, so PizzaMas is a holiday in our online community where we celebrate pizza, and this one time in 2009 when I had a mustache for about 30 seconds, there's a lot of lore involved, a lot of backstory. I don't even understand it completely myself, but basically for 2 weeks we celebrate pizza and mustaches. It's silly, but it also raises a lot of money for charity, so it's worth it.
That's awesome. Miami University of Ohio is well known for its Farmer School of Business. You and your brother Hank have created many businesses such as the Awesome Socks for Club, for charitable causes. Do you have any advice for students on how to create a successful brand for the purpose of doing good in the world?
Well, I think it's a huge competitive advantage to give away all of your profit, actually. I think it's a huge competitive advantage to be free and to be actually focused on your values. I think it really helps you mold a business strategy that works, and it's also something that customers respond to. So I'm a big fan of approaching business this way. But I also understand that, there is a place for, obviously people need to get paid for their work and everything, but Hank and I have been fortunate enough to be in a position where we can start businesses that can just focus on social good.
Mm-hmm. You've written several fiction books, a book of essays, have founded multiple charities, and have created content on YouTube since its infancy. Out of all of your projects, which ones are you the most proud of?
Well, that's a tough question. That's like asking you to pick between your kids, but of course you do always have a secret favorite kid. I'm just kidding. You don't. I say I'm a father of two. I promise you.
You heard it here first.
No, you truly do not have a favorite kid. I'm trying to explain this to my kids all the time. Like that's not how we think of it. But I think I'm probably proudest of the 18-year conversation between me and my brother that is the Vlogbrothers YouTube channel, just because not so much of what it is. I don't think there's anything special about the videos that we make. What's special is the community that's grown around them and what they do, what they can accomplish together, whether that's tuberculosis activism or fundraising. They just astonish me, and that's the coolest part of my professional life.
A whole generation of students, including ourselves, grew up with Crash Course and your books. Do you experience a different level of fame from these people who think of you as a novelist as opposed to others who see you as a philanthropist?
Yeah, for sure. It's always a little weird to try to explain to people of my generation that, like, if we see someone of your generation, there's a pretty good chance that they know me from their high school history class. But it's a real gift. It's a real opportunity to me. When I encounter someone who's learned from Crash Course, it's a real gift to me because it reminds me of why we do the work that we do and encourages me to keep trying to do it.
So,
yes. You've created content using many different mediums such as YouTube, writing books, recording podcasts, TikTok, and more. Which form of content do you enjoy making most?
Well, I like writing books the most because I like writing books because nobody can see your face. Editing video for me or being in video is inherently uncomfortable, and then even making a podcast is a little uncomfortable because I don't really like the sound of my voice. And so when you edit the podcast, you have to listen to the sound of your voice over and over again, which is pretty annoying. Even if other people edit it, then when you have to listen to the finished product, which also contains the sound of your voice. Whereas writing, it's a little more anonymized, and it feels much more like a co-creation between the reader and the writer, and that's always really appealed to me about writing, that it feels like something that we make together, like almost through the ether, through the distance between us.
Awesome. Now, out of all your projects, which one taught you the most lessons?
Well, I would say probably writing, publishing The Fault in Our Stars has taught me the most. I got to be close with a lot of young people living with serious illness and living with cancer. I got to see a movie get made, which was a really interesting experience that I learned a lot from. I got to meet people all over the world who connected with that book and responded to it so generously, and so that was a really remarkable gift. It was really fun. Is still really fun being the author of that book, and something I'm really grateful for.
I remember when that book came out.
Yeah.
I was a teenager, and the movie, it was the first movie I cried to.
Aww.
So it pulled on my heartstrings.
Yeah, it really pulled on my heartstrings too. I remember when we went and watched it, they flew us to Los Angeles, my wife and I, and they put us in this little screening room and let us watch the movie. And at the end of it, my wife is a very unemotional person. She doesn't cry very often. She turned to me and she had tears flowing down her face, and she said, I don't know if that movie is good, but it's very sad, which I thought was true. And I think, it's very sad. It's a sad movie.
Yeah.
Well, John, thank you again for being here with us today, and thank you to all of our viewers watching. Be on the lookout for more MTN content, and be sure to attend John Green's lecture this evening at Miami.